So this is CeCe here. I did have to mute the audio. I actually have my little brother helping me film, and he was just talking too much, so I just muted it. But I'm gonna kind of be checking her out here and seeing what she knows. I'm sorry, one of my dogs is trying to lay on top of me right now. But just want to see what she knows, or I already know what she knows, but I just want to see how she's acting. She has not been worked in probably a year. There was some stuff going on with her owner, and they couldn't really get out there to work with her at all. I'm not going to go into details, it's their business, but she actually didn't do half bad. She's got an attitude problem, so we're going to have to work through that a little bit. But I'm working on setting around right here, and as you can see, she kind of likes to dive that shoulder in, almost like she wants to, kind of bump you, see if she could scare you to get you off your game. So that's why I start off the flag. But I'm only using it if I need to help get her shoulder out. I'm hoping next time I pull her in, I don't have to use the flag, but I'm going to have it handy. And if she wants to stop or try to look over the gate, then I'll bump her too. She really likes to look for ways out. She's just fat and lazy and out of work, and she prefers to be out in the pasture, just like any horse. But you got to get them paying attention to you. It's important. If your horse isn't paying attention to you, then who knows what could happen. They could spook and jump onto you. They could, just run you over. Just do whole sorts of things, but make sure your horse is paying attention to you. Here I'm just working on getting her to step her hip out. Disengage her hindquarters. I want to get her really good at that. Make sure she remembers how to do all that. Now she does. I've worked with her before, so I did, touch a few things, and she was getting pretty good when I was messing with her. So I'm just kind of reintroducing it, if you will. And now I'm going to go into changing eyes. And I need a longer lead rope. Good desensitizing while I'm at it. work a little bit on flexion here too. It's all going back into the paying attention thing. I want to be able to get her to, give me her head, very minimal pressure. And for that, she's got to be paying attention to me. She's got to be paying attention to that lead rope and what it's doing. When that lead rope starts to, get tight, or when that sway in that lead rope starts to go away, they ought to be paying attention to that. And they got to understand, that sway there is going away. I better start looking over there because they're asking me something. Working on backing up. She was a little bit bracy there at first. But I have worked with her on backing up the way that, I do. I do the hand on the bottom of that halter knot, and I go back and forth, and start off with light pressure, and as I need to, I'll build that pressure up. And as you can see, she knows that. It's just she's gotten pretty bracy about backing up. So it only took, a few seconds there to get her remembering, like, hey, if I start touching this lead rope here, it means get back, honey. Like, you got to go. Now that I did flexion too and worked on a few other things, I can start working on putting the pressure there with my hand where my heel would go, to teach her the one range stop, or how to disengage your hindquarters if I was sitting on top of her. And then she did pretty good there. I was waiting for her to take that inside hind leg and cross in front of the outside hind leg when I was applying that pressure. Because if they're stepping back behind themselves, they're just more or less backing in a circle. But if you can actually get them to step over, you can get them stopped. If they're in a dead sprint and you're trying to get control and they're just not paying attention to that rein, if you can get one side and get a hip over, or start to get them thinking about it, then you got a chance to stop them there. It's pretty handy to have installed on your horse. And same thing with the shoulders, and pushing that pressure there by the cinch area where I want to put my heel when I'm up there in the saddle, get the shoulder over. I want that outside to cross in front of the inside. So the outside is the direction that you're going away from, and the inside is typically the direction you're going towards. She did pretty good with all that stuff. I think I got some technical difficulties with the camera coming up here soon. I think CeCe knocks it off the fence. I may have edited that out already. Nope, there she goes. I'm getting the saddle pad out. I'm going to let her check it out. She's like, yeah, whatever. I've seen that before. So I just throw it up on her back and she doesn't care. But either way, I like to check it out. Make sure that, I edited it out, but she did knock it off there while I was trying to get the saddle on. I was trying to get my little brother to film, and he didn't want to film. And it fell off the fence again, and he finally decided to come over and start filming me. It's very important. I teach all my students this. I can't say it enough, and I say it more than not done. But before you tighten that cinch up, take your saddle pad and push it up in the fork of your saddle. Give a little space there between that saddle pad and their withers. Your horse will thank you. she's a little cinchy. You can see I wasn't paying attention to that, but I guess I was pulling that slack out. I popped her with my elbow there, but that's all right. She needs it. Cinchy horse can be pretty bad. I've seen cinchy horses fall over. I've seen cinchy horses turn around and try to rip the arm off of the person tightening the cinch up. So you better nip that in the butt before it gets worse. So that's all I got to say. The best way to do it is block them. There it goes. She knocked it off. But you got to block them. If you got a horse trying to, keeps trying to bite you, you gonna let it bite you, or are you gonna get your hands up and try to block them a little? I'm not saying hit your horse. I'm saying block them. If you could see them starting to come that way, stick your elbow up. Get your elbow in the way. They'll run into your elbow before they go what they're biting at. Or, if they keep trying to bite your hands and be mouthy with your hands, just kind of set your hands up a little bit and, let them run into it. That's how you teach a horse to stop biting, being mouthy, being cinchy. And another thing with the cinch, just take it slow. There's Keaton. I don't know if a lot of you remember him. If you came over from Horse Plus, and he was there for a while. Yeah, I definitely need someone to film me when I'm doing this stuff. It turned out a lot better besides his finger getting in the way right there. And since she has not had a saddle on in probably over a year, I went ahead and turned her loose. I like to see them get their feet moving. She scared the cat there. I didn't notice that before. But I want to get them through all the gates, walk, trot, canter. And I want to do it both directions, let them feel that saddle, especially if they haven't felt it in a while. And she really didn't like going around to this side. It must have been going towards the garage. There's a shade there. It must have been it. But see, she's got that attitude there. She does not want to work, and she does not like that shady area over there. There she goes. She thought about it, but then she took some nice steps. So I let her come in. Go off the other way again. Video kept cutting out. I was having a lot of issues with the filming on this one, but I did put in all the important stuff. That's part of the reason I like using my my security camera, because I hate record. It's just uncut everything, and try to use the phone or have people filming. There's things that could happen. Or if I'm in the middle of filming and I get a phone call on it, and I don't even hear my phone ringing or something, and it'll cut out the video. So I got to get myself a camera. I'll do the fake on, get her moving her feet. You're doing your fake on, try to get yourself centered over that saddle a little bit. And if your saddle does move while you're doing this, undo your cinch, replace the saddle, cinch them back up. And I did do that here, but I can't remember if it cut out or not. Yeah, it cut out. Try to go down gentle on that saddle. Don't just plop your butt in it. Yeah, she's definitely rusty. And she wanted to give me some attitude here. Nothing too serious. It's like, all right, if you want to go, let's go. She wanted to move a little faster, so I just went along with her. Kept turning her. She did settle down pretty good there. And I didn't want to ride her too long since she hadn't been working in a while, but I think I'm gonna spend some time Wednesday night or evening riding her. I gotta ride Stormy Wednesday night too. Tomorrow I've got something else I gotta go get done, so I won't be doing anything with them tomorrow. Let's see if she'd stop. I'm gonna change directions here. I really wanted to get her past that shadow area there, and she just didn't want anything to do with it. So I kept circling around that way and tried to see if we can get her over there. And just take my time with this. She's a lot better there. Just corrected her a little bit. She was thinking about diving out before she got to it, but I just picked up a little bit on that outside rein and got her head back over there. Put a little pressure on there with my my right boot. And there, she did pretty good. She doesn't have any problem going through it this way. It's just the other way, looking at the other eye. But there might be something else over there she's worried about. Got a couple stumps over there. They're logs. I got people cutting them up right now. But I just pointed her back towards it and hopped off. She did pretty good overall. Definitely got to work out some rust. But thanks for watching.